Hey guys, it's Amanda, also known as Amateur Aries, and today I'm talking about my Delusion series. This one is kind of embarrassing for me. I don't even know how to start. I don't have any notes written down. All I know is I already filmed this video, didn't like how the background was fluttering. It doesn't look like it's fluttering right now, so I decided I'll delete it and just redo another one. So this one is, I already talked about, I'm very embarrassed to talk about because it's something I can't believe that I fell into. So let's get started because I don't want to make this long. I had mentioned recently but in one of my delusions videos that I believed in alternate dimensions, that I believed I was from one and everything like that. Well, in 7th grade I had this really close friend. Her name, I'm going to just give it Shelby. It's a different name than what it actually is, just protect her identity. She's not mentally ill. We know that. She's been seen by someone. But we do think that she has a manipulation problem where she likes to control people. Anyhow, I was really close friends with her. Me and Shelby were like sisters. We were really close. And I started talking about my believing I was an elf, believing I was from a different dimension and everything like that. And I was really into animes back then too, just so you know, because this is going to be part of it. My most top favorite anime is Inuyasha. I grew up watching Inuyasha during my darkest times where I tried committing the most suicide at the time period. Inuyasha was what got me out of that. I basically just lived on Inuyasha because of it. Anyhow, she knew this, and one day she comes up to me and is like, "Who's your new boyfriend?" And I was like, New boyfriend?" She's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Inuyasha's here with you right now." I'm like, hold up. Now, before I get into this any further, I'm not saying I believed her, but part of my brain with my schizophrenia kind of just took it and believed it, and then it was still questioning itself. Like, I still questioned it all, and it was difficult to handle. Like, it was a very tough time for my brain at the time because my brain was so confused. I was so confused, so I didn't know what to believe, and I still don't know what to believe. So let's continue this. She would eventually come to say that I was dating Inuyasha, that he was madly in love with me, and that we were meant to be together, and he came from the anime dimension to be with me. I didn't know how. I didn't see him. I didn't understand anything. And I would ask her, like, how did he come to meet me? She said, "Oh, one day he just crossed over, saw you, and fell head over heels for you." And I said, "That's a little weird." Well, I didn't say that to her face, but that's how I felt. And I said, "Well, why can't I see him?" And she said, "Well, obviously you're not concentrating enough." If I keep looking down, it's because I'm trying to focus on remembering what I went through. I blocked a lot of it out because it's just, to me, it's my most embarrassing delusion. I said, "Not concentrating enough." So I would literally every second of my day try to concentrate, to the point where I almost forgot what concentration was even to be. I don't even know what concentration was anymore. So I was like, how do I concentrate? What is concentration? Am I not concentrating enough? I couldn't figure out what concentration was after a while. So literally, I will say literally to the point where I literally forgot what the word meant. And it was not like I didn't know what the word meant to begin with. I just all of a sudden I forgot what it meant at that time period. Eventually, we would be writing all this in notebooks, like almost like an RPG style, but in notebooks. And she would say what he would be doing along with me when I was doing stuff, like when we were together, which we were constantly together. Like, we slept over each other's houses almost every freaking weekend. We basically lived with each other. And she would say what he was doing at the time, like, "Oh, right now he's just keeping an eye on us," or "Right now he's in that tree," or "Right now he's eating food in the kitchen." And she would go to those extents, and I would, for a time period, I believed her. Like, maybe this is true. Maybe I'm just not concentrating enough. Because you gotta remember from my last delusion video, if you guys have seen it, if you're not, you should actually probably watch it to understand a little bit more about these delusions. I partly believe that maybe I'm just not seeing it. Maybe it's not part of my ability to see him. Maybe I'm not allowed to see him because I'm cursed or something. And maybe I'm not supposed to be happy, and I gotta find a way to get around this unhappiness or this curse so I can see him. So a lot of these things were just going through my head. Trying to figure out a way between the non-reality and the reality to make it a reality. I don't know how to best describe that. It just became to the point where some of the things she was saying was a little, That's alright. Like, eventually she said that she was marrying Shishomaru, who is another one of my favorite characters, mind you. She eventually said that she was sleeping with Inuyasha. That's when I kind of like, this doesn't sound right. This doesn't sound right at all, because one, if he's following the character that he is in the show, that's very out of character for him. It's very out of character that Shishomaru would stay with her if she was cheating, because he's this big demon lord. He doesn't even fall in love with anyone kind of situation. All of a sudden he fell in love with a human, and she would say she was also part of a different dimension. She was a cat girl, and she was all this pretty cat girl who was orphaned, and we were meant to be sisters. And she literally took it to a whole new level. I think she literally just stayed up all night thinking of a level to take it to see how far I would go with her. And I went far with her. Like, it went far. Like, I couldn't believe how much I've let it hit me. And I think after a while, I started realizing it's not real, but I was liking it because it was entertainment. I had something to do. I had something to look forward to. I had something to kind of believe in, although it was unbelievable. So this delusion, that's really all I can say about it. I don't know how to say this. And this delusion I partly believed in and I partly didn't. So my brain at the time was very like, and what was even more troubling, it was at that age where you're just maturing enough where your brain is just that confusing of emotional instability. Instability. So your brain didn't know how to, my brain didn't know how to present any of this stuff. Like when she brought it up to me, like, I was very confused every night, but it was something I looked forward to because he was my favorite character. Like, oh my god, my favorite character's in love with me? Is that what you're saying? I have no problem with this. And then there was another part of me who's like, bitch, this ain't real. What are you doing? But most of it was like, I want to believe this because someone loves me right now. Because at that time, I think I was like 12 or 13. I felt very unloved. I was at that stage where I rebelled against everyone. I almost went to jail a couple of times. I just wanted to believe in something. And a part of my brain, I will say, part of my brain definitely believed it. For a short period of time, after a while, I was just like, girl, this doesn't add up. And my other friends who were part of my other delusions, they were very slow and caring about how they brought it up to me. It was a very slow pace. It was like we weren't getting anywhere. And it's how I probably lasted so long with my delusions with them. And the delusions even after they admitted. Well, they didn't even admit that it was fake. That even after I brought it up saying, hey, do you think this is fake? And they never gave me a clear answer to that one, honestly. This still happened to this day. I brought it up once to my good friend. She said, I don't know. I don't know what to say. That's literally all she said to me, and I was like, I just left it at that because I didn't want to get into a fight with her. She's still like one of my best friends. Although we never really talked to each other, I still put her as one of my best friends. She was always there for me. So that is one of my most embarrassing delusions. It's very short because honestly it didn't last that long. It lasted for maybe at the most 5-7 months, and it was very conflicting because I was at that age where everything is very conflicting. Like, you want to believe it because she's your best friend at that time. She's like a sister to you. Why would she lie to you? She's the only thing you got in the world at that age. And it's just like, I don't know. So if you like to see more mental health videos from me, like, comment, and subscribe. If there's any questions you have about schizophrenia or borderline personality disorder, which both I have, feel free to comment them. I will leave a comment back, but I will put them in a book to bring up in an actual video one day, and I'll bring you up as well. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. Leave a thumbs up so I can hit that algorithm so more people can see and learn more about schizophrenia with these videos. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye!